Hi everyone, thank you for being here. So today I wanted to share a little video about a message that I've been receiving quite frequently, and I thought it'd be a great message to share with the collective, especially considering all the changes that are happening in the world and however this change applies to you in your own lives on different levels. So I've been practicing what is called quantum healing or beyond quantum healing. However, it's called essentially, it's simply working with energy and my client's energy together to dive a little deeper into their subconscious and connecting with higher self, essentially. So, through this kind of work and also from having sessions of my own, it has really helped build a deeper connection and strengthen that connection with my own higher self and my inner guidance team. And a message that's been coming forth pretty frequently, I would say, is that it's really about how deep you go within rather than how far you go in life. So you can just take a moment to just take that in, and however this means to you and comes to your heart at this time, your perspective is, I believe, is exactly how it's supposed to be received. I do want to share a little bit of my perspective, and based on that, I want to share some tips or guidance or whatever you would like to call that on how to stay a little more centered and grounded and focusing more within, just like the statement or the quote that I just mentioned. So, to me, this really speaks to me about how whatever it is that we're seeking or trying to clear or heal, it really comes from how far we go deep within rather than relying on answers or beliefs that are stated by others, the outside world, and our ability or intention to bring our focus inwards for guidance and answers is how we stay grounded and centered in this journey as the world is really waking up. This can be in terms of our intention to connect with the deeper aspects of ourselves, our higher self, or our soul family, collective family, and also connecting deeper within in terms of finally going face to face with our shadows, with our wounds, inner child healing, inner family healing, choosing to really take a moment to look into certain feelings or emotions that you are continuously coming back to that feels unresolved or that feels to be keeping you held back. Or this going deeper within can simply mean tuning back to your own truth, not the truth that has been told or brought down to you through generations, and simply going deeper within into more of a meditative state to search for that truth that's within you. And again, this truth can change and transform and mold and get influenced by other truths that you hear around you, yet you're doing the conscious work in finding your own truth. And this is how I find that we're really moving towards oneness. And this perspective of oneness that I'm talking about right now is making peace within ourselves and letting go of that internal conflict that we create in our lives by resisting, by not flowing with how life unfolds for us. The reality that we see around us is a little particles of reflections or big particles of reflections of something within us. And especially if it is bothering us, then it's really signifying something that may require more attention for us to, again, not go out there, but look within to understand what is going on with this internal resistance or these difficult feelings it's creating. So I wanted to share a few tips on how to do this, how to go inwards, how to stay more grounded and centered so that we can slowly tune more and more into our own truth. The first tip that I want to share is beginning to practice taking our brainwave state to a certain vibration. In this case, more of a lower alpha or theta state, where our mind is able to relax, tune more into our feelings, our senses, our intuition, rather than the analytical, busy monkey mind in our heads. I find guided meditation to be quite helpful because guided meditations really helps us focus on visualizing and sensing and practicing with our imagination. And that helps us tune into that different frequency of the brain that is more soothing, more relaxing, more free-flowing and intuitive. And essentially, quantum healing sessions that I offer is similar to this, except it takes a more of a slightly different approach. But it's similar in a sense that it takes you to that different brainwave state where we can access more of a subconscious information as well as higher self or our guidance team. I might make a video about quantum healing, but I won't be talking about this in this video further. And the second tip that I want to share is borrowing from nature. And what I mean by this is in the way that we tune into nature, we're able to activate some of the blocked energy centers or stuck energy centers within our bodies. For example, if we don't have so much access to nature, what I used to do a lot is when I go to the beach, I would borrow a few stones or rocks that I really connect with. And I would bring them home and I would lay it around on my table, put it beside my bed. And these are just different ways that we can stay connected with nature and feel more grounded, that earthy energy. And whenever I feel that I have received what I was meant to receive, I simply return the nature, the rocks or the stones back. And then I might do this in different occasions. The third tip that I want to share is to keep a dream journal. And through these subconscious informations that we access, we might even receive information or insights about our healing work or shadow work that we're doing, or some of the behavior patterns that might be showing through symbolism and through different ways in our dreams. This is a great way to find our own truth and do the inner work. And the fourth tip that I want to share is water. Especially drinking cold water can help us feel a lot more grounded and centered. What I've noticed is that by drinking colder water, it helps me feel my body a little bit more and tune into my body a little bit more, as I can feel my body consuming the colder temperatured water. And another way to also utilize water is to program the water. You can program different intentions or mantras to the water. You can send prayer to the water. You can leave water under sunlight or moonlight, however this works for you. Is a doctor who really researched the power of words and emotions that it can have on water and how it actually changes the particle of the water. So these are some tips that I want to share with you in terms of staying more grounded and centered. Aside from the general shadow work and the inner work journey, spiritual practices that you may already be doing. So thank you for tuning into this video. And if you have any questions about what was discussed, you can leave them in the comments below. I'll see you next time. Thank you.